Well, the time has come. You've seen the map. We've looked at the figures, and NBC News now makes its projection for the presidency. Reagan is our projected winner. Ronald Wilson Reagan of California, a sports announcer, a film actor, a governor of California, is our projected winner at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. On this election night, we have projected Ronald Reagan the winner. And to add evidence to that projection, we are projecting him as the winner in more states. By our calculations, Ronald Reagan is the winner in the state of New Hampshire, in the state of Vermont, Delaware, and South Carolina. We will be coloring in those on the map now in blue for Reagan, or light gray, black and white. New Hampshire is the first state that we are calling for him in this list of states. Vermont, we are coloring blue in a projection for Reagan. The state of Delaware, we are projecting for Reagan. And in the South, the state of South Carolina, we are projecting for Ronald Reagan. And that brings his electoral vote tally to the number required for victory. According to our projections, Ronald Reagan now has the required 270 electoral votes. Carter with 15 at this stage of the evening, 12 from Georgia, 3 from the District of Columbia. And Tom, that's our projection. It is a rather early call.
It certainly is 8:15 on election night. This race has been, the word we've been using all year, has been volatile, fluid, mercurial, whatever. But I don't think anyone anticipated that it eventually would become a floodgate of one kind or another, where the votes would just flood in for Ronald Reagan.
Tom, 4 years ago, we called the election for Jimmy Carter at 3:31 a.m.
I remember well.
And going back, talking about calls this early in the evening, I called for Richard Nixon in 1972, a little bit earlier than this, but this will go down as one of those nights when we are calling very early, and there's the evidence on the map. Reagan has, as Tom has pointed out, the western states still to come. And we saw little softness for him in most of those western states, some doubts about the ones in the northwest, Oregon and Washington. California was leaning. We do not see, given what evidence we have now, that the president will be able to overtake Reagan at all, and certainly not in the West. And most of the big industrial states now, New York has not been projected yet, but most of those big states are in, and Reagan took them.
I can't, a personal note, I can't help but recall in 1966 riding around in a Greyhound bus with him, with Lynn Nofziger, as he was trying to win the Republican nomination for governor of California, and a lot of people were laughing at him then, in 1966. And they have learned in every election in which he's been involved, never laugh at the chances of Ronald Reagan. He has always won by pretty substantial margins, except when he's run for president a couple of times in the Republican Party. But when he gets into a general election, he does extremely well.
He's now won the big one. David Brinkley will be along after this.